नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत करता हूँ आपके अपने चैनल टेक्नोव्हील्स में। मैं हूँ आपका दोस्त अमन सारदा और यहाँ पे आप जानते हैं हम खेल रहे हैं ब्लैक सैड और आज है पार्ट 4। कल स्ट्रीम में बहुत बहुत इशू आई थी और आशा करते हैं कि आज ये दिक्कत देखने को नहीं मिलेगी और आशा करेंगे कि आज का आपको गेम प्ले भी अच्छा लगेगा। तो चलिए चालू करते हैं और हमने अभी पार्ट 3 का वही लगा रखा है, तो चलिए पहले इससे हटा लेते हैं। तो गाइस बताइए कैसा आपको हमारा गेम प्ले लग रहा है। अगर अच्छा लग रहा है तो बताइए, कमेंट कीजिए वीडियो को और बताइए। और अगर कोई सजेशन चाहिए तो वो भी बताइए। अभी हम यहाँ पे सोच रहे हैं कि कुछ टाइम के लिए, मतलब अभी ब्लैक सेट खेलने के बाद जो अगला गेम हम सोच रहे हैं खेलने का वो है द सिंकिंग सिटी। ये भी एक स्टोरी टेलिंग गेम है, थोड़ा हॉरर टाइप में है और हम सोच रहे हैं इसे फेसबुक की गेमिंग लाइव स्ट्रीम पे लेके जाएं, तो देखते हैं क्या रहता है। परंतु अभी तो हम ब्लैक सेट खेल रहे हैं और चलिए ब्लैक सेट ऑन करते हैं और आगे की जर्नी देखते क्या रहती है। सो गाइस बताते रहिएगा, कमेंट कीजिए, बताते रहिए और कोई सजेशन है तो देते रहिए, तो क्या रहता है कि अच्छा लगता है, हेल्प मिलती है। तो गेम स्टार्ट हो गया। कंटिन्यू करते हैं। तो कल की आपने देख ही लिया होगा, कल कुछ 3 पार्ट में रहा है मेरे हिसाब से गेम। एक 2 मिनट का, एक 1 आवर से थोड़ा सा ऊपर और एक 24 मिनट या 25 मिनट के आसपास। चलिए। बाहर की नॉइज़ के लिए मैं तहे दिल से माफ़ी चाहता हूँ।
As for me, it was the first time in days that I had gone to bed without my daily beating. A real shame. Nothing like a bruised body to help you to sleep like a baby. Maybe I should have given myself a beating.
कुछ लोगों ने बोला है कि ग्राफिक इतने अच्छे नहीं है। फॉर मी ग्राफिक मेरे को अच्छे लगे। बहुत चीज़ें हैं जिस पे काम किया है इन्होंने, डिटेलिंग मेरे को अच्छी लगी।
Blacksad.
Finally, I need you at the gym now, please.
ओके, फाइनली। तो कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ हुई है, फिर होने वाली है, इसके लिए हाँ तैयार रहना। इसके
It was like this when I got here.
When did you get here?
I've been calling you for over an hour.
Calm down. I'll take care of this. Had you already finished looking through these papers?
I wish.
Well, I guess you'll enjoy sorting all this again. Bingo.
What is it?
Nothing. Just a freshly signed contract.
What are you doing?
Do you like sardines?
Excuse me?
Do you like sardines?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Looks like the burglar isn't interested in bureaucracy. Not that I suspected otherwise, but it's obvious they weren't looking for money.
Did they take anything?
No, although... When you went in the hospital room to get your purse, did you get the gun as well?
Yes. Isn't it there? I put it back. I'd rather not go through that again.
I see.
Need to doubt. Let's गेम क्यों अटक रहा है? मैडम इतनी सिगरेट मत पियो, मर जाओगे। हमारा कैरेक्टर भी बहुत पीता है।
Whose is that?
Mary Purnell.
You think she did this?
लेट्स फाइंड आउट कहीं कुछ बात हो जाए। यानी मैं नीचे नहीं जा सकता, मैं ऊपर जा सकता हूँ, जाने का चांस है। मैडम अंदर जाने दो। कहीं ना कहीं कुछ तो मिस हो रहा है गाइस। Let's try to find out.
It's pretty clear that Helen Moore's cigarette case was a gift from O'Leary. Wait here, please.
It's taking too much time.
could be a knife wound. The murder was brutal. If I were you, I wouldn't quit. Trust me, it might be painful at first, but time heals all wounds. Why did you listen to me? Dear Sonia, I need to tell you several things
about your father.
तो एक गई। ओके। और मुझे लगता है इसको ओलेरी ने मारा है या उसके आदमी ने मारा है या फिर कोई और है। One, two, three.
I want you to call the police, Sonia, and then go straight to a friend's house. Don't even think about going home, and definitely don't come back here.
I'm staying at a friend's house. I haven't even set foot in my father's place yet.
What can I do?
Good. Do you have the keys? If the murderer didn't find what he was looking for, that might be his next stop, if he hasn't been there yet.
Brutally murdered. ये ऐसा कह रहे, मैं नहीं कह रहा। तो YouTube भैया ऐसा हमारे स्ट्राइक मत लगा दीजिए। बहुत अच्छे हैं YouTube भैया।
For once I had the keys to the place, which meant I wouldn't have to use my lockpicks or... It doesn't look like anyone picked the lock.
गेम अटक रहा है।
It looks like Dunn had already begun to move his things.
There is someone.
Dunn? Thorpe? No idea. And these two, they look familiar. It's hard to believe that a pair of boxing fists could play something like this, although I'm sure he had the lungs for it.
तो कुछ अभी दिखना नहीं है.
As I glanced at the telephone, I remembered the weekly password for O'Leary's illegal gambling operation. Even though I had rejected his reward for finding Yale, I had managed to make my own dirty money by ratting out the Eagle Pimp during our poker game. How much damage could a small bet do? What harm could I do? Only the invisible type. Wasn't Dunn's nickname the Quiet Lynx? I'd swear I saw that on a poster at the gym. Ready-made meals on airplane trays in front of the TV. Who would have thought we'd end up eating like this? Dunn died 4 days ago, and that lettuce still looks okay. Sardines. It's been open for a few hours. Of course. Now I see how Dunn bought the apartment he was going to share with Mary. This place has to be empty in 2 weeks for the new owners. I wonder if Sonia knows about this. You still looked at her every morning, so many years later, with a new love? Maybe we don't need to forget. Maybe pain just transforms into, I don't know, something. This is too private.
This is stupid.
Another empty closet. Elaine. I think that was Dunn's wife's name, according to Jake. Wow. Could Dunn really afford such luxuries? Or did he only want to impress Mary?
Okay. Wait. F2 4 है, 4 ये बता रहा है।
It's pretty clear that the burglar came by the house before heading to the gym, which means he probably didn't find what he was looking for in here. If she's still in love, why does she claim she hates him? What is she hiding?
Let's see, और कुछ हो सकता है क्या? नहीं नहीं नहीं
Is this how he got in? Could this be the origin of Sonia's interest in business management? What's this doing here? No matter how hard I look, I'm not getting anywhere. I need to talk with Sonia, and maybe with her Uncle Tim.
It brings back... I don't know.
Bad memories?
A pessimist, are we? It's like remembering the last day of summer. Scenes full of joy, picturesque landscapes, and yet the light is faint and the air is still, the calm before the storm.
I know that feeling.
I figured that much. I can see it in your eyes. We met in the Army. We were all professional athletes. They called us the Olympic Five.
Okay.
Who's the guy on the right?
Angus Mitchell, our combat medic, and a doctor with the New York Warriors. It was Spanow who got him assigned to our platoon.
Hey, isn't that Craig Spano? The guy on the Morley's billboards?
Yes, indeed. Our captain. He was the oldest, after all, and star of the New York Warriors. He was an orphan, you know. But he loved the sport so much that he said baseball was his family. He was the one who had Mitchell assigned to our platoon.
Who's the guy on the left?
Ah, Viktor Sukovsky, the athlete. You've probably heard of his medals.
Was Dunn already boxing?
Yes, he was. I had already seen him fight before I even met him. He was as humble in the ring as he was in life. He'd always let his rivals take the initiative. I remember how he barely dodged the blows. If you didn't look at his feet, it seemed like he wasn't even moving. And the footwork, pure dancing. You could almost hear the music. The song would play until his opponent was exhausted. Then came the drum roll, followed by Dunn's victory by KO.
What about you?
I had just signed with the Milestones. I hadn't even played my first game, but people said I had a bright future ahead of me.
But the war got in the way of that bright future.
Huh? No, I made it big when I came back. Best time of my life. Don't you remember that cop at the hospital? The one who let me in exchange for an autograph? Trust me, nobody calls you Iron Arm if you're just sitting on the bench. Who would have thought that I'd end up becoming Tim Iron Legs Thorpe?
What happened?
I fought the Nazis for 2 years, up there in the sky, over Europe. And I never set foot in a field hospital. 3 years later, I crossed the street without looking. And look at me now.
What happened to all of them?
Zukovsky died the same day they injured Dunn. Dunn received an honorable discharge and came home. He quit boxing and opened his gym. Mitchell was redeployed to a field hospital. Spano and I continued in the same unit, but nothing was ever the same. You see what I meant with the last day of summer. And after the war, well, who the hell cares?
I do. What happened to Spano?
Well, you've seen the billboards. He made it big time. When I was forced to retire, I got him some advertising deals. That's how I founded this agency. But then, something happened to him. He became sullen. He fell out of shape, and slowly but surely lost touch with reality. He withdrew from public life and broke off our friendship. Haven't heard from him in, 3 years? And believe me, I've tried to contact him.
What happened to Mitchell after the war?
Mitchell? Who knows? We lost touch. I hope he's doing well.
I think I saw Mitchell not too long ago, but I can't remember where.
Seriously? Please try to remember. I'd love to hear from him again.
I'll do my best. You think Spano might have been involved in Dunn's death?
Spano? No way. He and Dunn were always... Well, Spano's changed so much that it's hard to say. Allow me to double your wage. You have to find the murderer. Maybe Dunn stayed in touch with Mitchell or Spano. Maybe even with both. But he never told me anything. Maybe Sonia knows.
I doubt it. But that's not the only question I've got for her. May I?
Yes?
Sonia?
No, she's not here. Who's calling?
Where is she? You know, it's dangerous.
Have you ever wished you'd never been born?
What? Luckily, that has never crossed my mind.
Then you can't help me. First time was right after moving to New York. I hated my mother. She was the reason we moved from the countryside and the smell of freshly mowed grass to this dirty city and the smell of medicine. Her medicine. The second time was after she died. I hated myself for having hated her before,
उसके movements देखिए
for not having loved her enough. The third time was when my father shut himself off. I hated him for that, for abandoning me, for giving in to the booze. Now he's dead, so take a guess.
You've realized just how much you really loved him.
I guess so. But that's not the worst of it. The problem is I don't know how to live without hating him. Over the last few years, everything I've done was meant to push my father far away. To avoid being like him. To avoid making his same mistakes. Without him, I just don't know who I am. And you won't even let me hate Bobby, which might actually help me.
The more you hate, the worse you feel.
You think I don't know that? I need someone to blame. Without that someone, I have only myself to hate.
तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ?
I'll find the person who did this. I promise.
Let me have my doubts. Although, you've already come so far. I'm sorry I haven't been a little more grateful.
In any case, you shouldn't hate yourself. You are... No, you have such good qualities. You're both kind and beautiful.
Are you really trying to flatter me now?
No, seriously, I didn't mean to...
Sorry.
Sorry.
Anyway, can we just drop the subject? Did you go to my father's apartment?
Yes, the thief went there before coming to the gym. which leads me to believe he didn't find what he was looking for.
And what was he looking for?
That's what I intend to find out, with your help. I found a picture taken during the war.
The Olympic 5.
Did you meet any of them, besides your father and uncle?
Well, Uncle Tim actually isn't my uncle.
No?
He and my father loved each other like brothers. Did he tell you that he saved his life?
Thorpe saved your father?
They were flying over Brittany in a 3-unit fighter plane. Zukovsky was the pilot, my father was the co-pilot, and my uncle manned the machine gun. Suddenly, enemy fire killed Zukovsky and injured my father, which is why he never boxed again. My uncle jumped out of the gun turret, ran to the cockpit, and managed to pilot the plane to safety. Oh, the times my father told me that story. And now...
You still have your uncle.
Yes, I guess you're right. Maybe he can also save me.
Did you ever meet Spano? What can you tell me about him?
I think I saw him once, but I was just a little girl. I think my uncle turned him into a star. That was a long time ago.
I found a baseball glove with Spano's autograph in your room.
Oh, I've never seen it. My father must have put it there, although I don't remember him having a signed glove.
Did you ever meet Mitchell, the doctor?
Mitchell? The lizard? No, never. Why?
Oh, nothing. I think I've seen him somewhere. I saw your old room.
That's embarrassing.
No.
Stop, or I'll end up hating you.
It's odd that there are practically no toys or memories of your childhood in the room, except for a small music box.
That box? It might just be my last happy memory.
Okay, वो बता
It's
रही है.
from before my mother got sick and we moved here. I loved reading stories about pirates. So my father drew a treasure map for me. I searched the whole house, one clue at a time. It led me to this enormous tree in the yard where Daddy had put up a tire swing. X marks the spot, so I dug to find my treasure. I loved the music it played, the ballerina and the little secret compartment. Oh, the secrets I kept in there.
I think it's the first time I heard you call your father Daddy.
Yes.
Really?
Did the abacus inspire you to dabble in finances?
The most useful gift anybody has ever given me.
A gift from your Uncle Tim?
He used to say that in this day and age, a woman should know how to count. My father didn't agree, but he didn't oppose it either. People thought he was a liberal because of his attitude towards racial issues. But at home, things were different.
I'm also a fan of Frank Papalia.
Oh yeah, the poster. I only liked him because my father thought he was too modern.
Are you cold?
A little. Maybe I should go.
Wait, I still have a couple of questions for you. Your father sold his apartment. The new owners move in 2 weeks.
What?
I'm sorry. I think he used the money to buy a new place with Mary Purnell. The letter you're holding explains the rest.
I wish I'd had the chance to talk to her.
Your dad had great taste in music.
So, better taste than I had as a child?
Well, now you've put me on the spot.
You don't know how happy that makes me.
Well, I think you've already answered all my questions.
It's about time. I thought you were waiting for me to freeze out here. Anyway. Thanks for the company.
Sonia, thank you.
Aren't you coming?
I knew I was looking at a solution, but what exactly needed solving? Maybe Dunn used the same hiding place once more. I'll never understand why detectives and criminals bluster while they fight each other in the pictures. What a waste of breath, focus, and energy. It's not the lack of credibility in the screenplay that bothers me. Plus, it's actually pretty handy. When a crook talks to you in the middle of a fight, you know you're up against a rookie. And if he doesn't even say, "Help me, please,"
मेरे को लगता है ये वही बंदे हैं जिन्होंने मेरे ऊपर अटैक किया था शहरों में, जिसका मैंने बैग देखा था।
What did they say?
nothing serious. I lost another one of my 9 lives. Oh, this hurts.
Got many left?
I'm in the red. He hasn't woken up yet?
Nope. We're gonna be here a while. Vulpine, 7 letters.
Cunning?
Cunning. It fits. I hope it doesn't throw anything off. Yep, looks like you were right with cunning. What are you looking for?
Nothing. Will he live?
He'll live.
So what have you found out?
Randall Lee. Apparently in love with our penitentiary system, judging by the frequency of his visits. Theft, assault, extortion, minor things of the sort.
Any partners?
Always works alone. He's never ratted out his employers, provided they exist. Did you find anything? Is this our man? Do you have proof?
Yes, I have proof.
Looks like we know who tore his pants following Mary Purnell up to the rooftop. His pants have a tear in them. I found a piece of that same fabric at the gym, on the stairs that lead to the rooftop where we found the second body.
Makes sense, but how many pairs of ripped pants are walking around New York City? I don't call that evidence.
The guy who broke into the gym in Dunn's place has a thing for sardines. Did you smell his breath?
Right, because there's only one sardine fanatic on this side of the Hudson. I need something more.
I saw footprints from those very same shoes next to both the gym murders.
Unless you're telling me that shoe is a limited edition, I'm gonna need something else.
One of the thugs that attacked me the other night had a snout just like his.
I'm sorry, but you can't incriminate someone based solely on species. What else you got?
What more do you need? I've given you 4 pieces of evidence.
None of which are conclusive.
He tried to throw me off the rooftop.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. He's our man.
No, he's not our man.
Make up your mind.
He's just a puppet. Someone is pulling his strings.
Could it be Yale?
No.
No, I'm still certain. He's innocent. By the way, was he discharged? His room is empty.
They let him out yesterday. He's in police custody now. You can tell he's an athlete. Made quite the comeback. Anyone else would have taken 10 times as long. Anyway, he better be fine. You know they've ordered me to escort him to Madison Square Garden on the day of the fight.
Yeah, I heard something of the sort.
What have you heard?
Frank Cassidy. He's friends with the governor.
You don't say. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Quick, what do you want? Good cop or bad cop?
I'm the bad guy. Good thing someone took out the trash.
Good morning, Mr. Lee. I assume you're aware that you're about to be accused of murder, and that thanks to the witness testimonies of Mr. Blacksad and Miss Dunn, your future's not looking too good.
Go to hell, you dog. If I choked you with a pillow, nobody would know. You should already be dead.
Blacksad, stay out of this. Remember who's the cop here. Maybe we can offer you a deal. We know someone hired you to kill Joe Dunn and Mary Purnell. What do you have to say?
I'll call your bluff. You ain't got nothing. Your friend the Hellhorse doesn't seem to feel that way, although I'm afraid he won't be talking anymore.
Shut up or I'll kick you out. If you tell us who hired you, we'll help you.
What can you offer me? We could significantly reduce your sentence. I could testify that you helped me on the rooftop. You're pathetic. Is that why you never got in the police force, Blacksad? Did you fail the good cop, bad cop test? I won't say a word. And believe me, you stand to lose. Care for a piece of advice? If I were you, I'd fear for my life. I'm afraid that... Whoa! Watch out!
What? What?
I'm afraid that... Whoa! Watch out! Luckily, Smirnov's wound wasn't as bad as Randall's. Unfortunately, the police found nothing on the nearby rooftops. Our best shot at finding the killer was gone, so I went back to my previous lead.
Nice, yeah. Nice. मैंने वैसे येल को इनोसेंट तो बता दिया, पर अभी भी मैं श्योर नहीं हूँ.
It's from before my mother got sick and we moved here. I loved reading stories about pirates, so my father drew a treasure map for me. I searched the whole house, one clue at a time. It led me to this enormous tree in the yard where Daddy had put up a tire swing.
Hello, Smirnoff residence.
You're dead! No, I got you with my lasso!
Can you quiet down, kids?
Dunn got killed for stirring the hornet's nest.
And you confessed your crime!
Kids, please.
He'd been investigating athletes for months, including Helen Moore and Al Stone, among others. Dunn's notes aren't all that clear, and I'm not sure what he was after. But I'd say we're facing a widespread corruption case.
Well, if you're right, that could be some dangerous evidence. Bring it here ASAP.
Sure, but there's something important that I need to finish first.
ओके, तो यानी मामला उनका भी हो सकता है. आई थिंक सही नाम था सर.
I wanted to follow a certain lead on my own before Smirnov had the chance to see anything. According to his notebook, Dunn had seen Craig Spano at Sam's Diner just 4 days before his death.
Get out of here, pussy!
I have some questions for you.
Oh, well, maybe I don't have answers for a pussy.
It might have been easier to slap the information out of him, but I decided to trust in a universal truth. Everyone is guilty of something. You don't know who I am, right?
Don't know and don't care. Come on, spit it out.
I'm John H. Blackmore from the Consumer Protection Office.
Oh, yeah, right. There are some real freaks around here, so I have to be firm, you know? Have you eaten? Dinner's on the house.
After you answer my questions.
Sure, go ahead. Your call. Always at your disposal, Inspector. Ask away.
Fear turned him soft and made him talk. Sure enough, Dunn had been there a few days back with a chimpanzee who matched Spano's description. Apparently, the guy still lived with his father. Dunn said he couldn't stay there a day more. For the time being, he would move into his place.
Wait a minute here. What does consumer protection have to do with that chimp?
The chimp died of food poisoning.
But wait! He didn't even eat!
Which is even worse. Dunn had taken Spano to his place. I wanted to believe that when Randall Lee broke into the apartment, Spano fled to his former address. But where could that be? I gotcha. If the living have rich and poor neighborhoods, so do the dead. In the mid-19th century, Greenwood became the resting place to the city's most distinguished citizens. Thinkers, scientists, writers, inventors, artists, businessmen, politicians, police officers, thieves, pimps, and murderers. Here lie the bodies of the soulless minds that raised New York from the ground up. Now you know where to go to become somebody in the Big Apple. A Celtic cross. Supposedly, the ring keeps the devil at bay by reflecting the sunlight. Really handy at this time of the day. According to the book I found at Dunn's place, fans of the sport leave baseballs on Bradwick's tomb to pay their respects. It's strange that I don't see any. Maybe they're gone with the wind, or somebody claimed them as part of their inheritance. The 4 bases guarding their father. Still hot. If this had been here over 30 minutes, it'd be covered in ants. I've never trusted angels. When they fall, the world falls with them.
हो रहा सिगरेट पी रहा है देखो.
I found a baseball glove at Joe Dunn's place. A glove signed by a great star. I couldn't believe my luck. I've always been a New York Warriors fan, although, to be honest, they're not what they used to be. Yep, They just haven't been the same without Craig Spano. Joe Dunn met with someone at the diner, close to his gym. Then he took that person to his house, so that he didn't have to live at the cemetery. I would have never guessed the person's identity. Who are you? I'm John Blacksad, private investigator.
How's Joe?
One question at a time. It's my turn.
Your turn.